I go. Oh, there is a flaming beast in the stairways. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
What are you going to do?
Well, Schmidt
It's
is
looking at me, and I flipped it off, and I think it pissed it off further.
Well, Schmidt is when he thinks fire, then the first thing he thinks of is water. So I'm going to, since I don't know that someone is going for a fire extinguisher,
The best place you could go to is the
I
kitchen.
I would go into the kitchen and try to grab I don't know, is there a bucket?
Let's see if there's a bucket.
Or like a really large pot or something?
No, there's
What kind of accuracy check do you need to piss on it?
Is there a really large pot?
There are none that are easily visible. You would have to go through the cupboards.
I go through the cupboards.
Pictures
You're
by
going
our
through the
bedsides.
You're going through the cupboards looking for a
big pot.
The
biggest pot I could find.
Daniel, you have a thing made of fire that is slowly floating down the stairs to you.
Well, I'm gonna start moving away from said fire because that's always not very pleasant.
That
but
is
also
a sensible idea.
But since it has a face that I believe has a face and is kind of looking at me, then I believe there's something that means I can see it. There's nothing behind it that I'm particularly worried about, so I'm gonna try and shoot it.
Try and shoot it. Make me a handgun roll.
19.
19. That's pretty good. Your bullet aims true, straight at the thing's head, and goes right through it and hits the wall behind.
I figured that might happen, but it was worth a go.
It's alright.
But at least you've determined that.
Well, it also means that iron isn't going to stop it full stop, is it? Or lead, I guess. But,
Possibly not, no. Stravinsky! You've heard a gunshot just by the stairs.
Indeed. Well, go have a look, I guess, is the sensible thing to do.
Okay. You are rather startled by this thing. No sanity loss, though. Make me a Cthulhu Mythos roll.
Do me.
Alright. No, you don't know what this thing is.
I'm assuming we were thirsty. Me and Smith in bed. Is there a glass of water nearby? By our bedside.
You drunk it, unfortunately, before you went to sleep. That is a 100 on your luck roll.
Aww.
Sorry, you were very thirsty. You drank the whole thing.
It's true. It's true.
Well, now he needs to pee. Perfect.
Can I not have noticed that and throw the glass at it anyway?
Yes.
Although that's me being a bit of a dick.
No, by all means, you could pick it up and go, water, and just throw the glass.
Sure.
Yep. Roll me a throw roll.
Well, fuck.
Congratulations, you just rolled a 1 on throw.
Nice, I am a tosser.
That potentially means that you are going to gain throw.
Yeah.
I like throw.
Throw is at... Your base of throw is 25%. Do you have any throw?
Not yet.
You may
I told
do.
you to go to the market and pick up some throw stuff.
You are definitely going to gain some throw.
Nice.
You now have 29% in throw.
Oh, fucking yes.
What basically happens is you throw that straight at the thing's face. And it goes straight through and looks sort of singed as it smashes on the wall behind the thing.
Being a total asshole, I now, as a player, but not Stravinsky, knows that it was something else that went through the window because glass doesn't affect it. But Stravinsky doesn't know that, so he just and looks at it.
It is Violet's turn. Violet, are you going for the fire extinguisher?
Indeed.
You open up the cupboard beneath the sink. You reach back past all of the dirty rags, and you grab the small and somewhat dusty, and hopefully still functioning, fire extinguisher. The pin is still in.
Good, good. I'm now going to run towards the sound of the fire.
You are starting to move to the fire. It takes a little bit for you to get the to get the thing, so you won't get there before it acts. It moves very quickly. You see it just float towards you, both with purpose, and it is going to reach out and try and touch the closest person. I'm going to roll luck rolls to see who's closest.
Well, considering Daniel came from arming us, I'm sad to report it would probably have been him.
Yes.
It would be me anyway, wouldn't it?
It is him. It all depends on how violently Stravinsky barged you out of the way to throw his glass of rage.
Well, don't rip any stitches, you dumbass.
He is going to... The thing is going to attack you. It's reaching out to touch you with its flamey appendage. Do you wish to try and dodge?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Roll me a dodge roll.
Artfully, son.
29.
29! That is a good call, because you just managed to avoid being touched by it.
Can I ask for something to be done? When you edit this video, can you put that gif of when Muhammad Ali does that little weird dancey bit where he dodged all those punches?
I'm afraid not, but you can imagine it.
Oh, well, okay.
You can imagine it, but you definitely dodged. That is extremely hot flames. Like, you breathe a momentary sigh of relief that thing did not touch you.
Phew. I breathe. Well, hopefully not breathe too much. We don't want to accidentally make the flyer any bigger, do we? Be able to
Indeed. Martin Schmidt. You have found a pot. It is large. You think it may have previously been used to cook vegetables.
Yeah, fill it with water, and my idea is to dump it at the thing.
Okay.
I will actually have to leave. Something just came up emergency-wise. I'm sorry about that, but that is emergency.
Do you mind if we sock puppet you in some regard?
No, just sock puppet me. Play my man like he usually does.
Certainly.
When everything goes wrong, just shoot with him.
Certainly, I will do so. All right.
All right. Sorry about that.
That's
but
fine.
I'll talk
That's
to you guys
fine.
later.
Don't worry.
Godspeed.
So Martin grabs the pot, fills it up with water quickly. This takes a while.
He wills the tap quicker.
He wills the tap to be faster. I'm afraid that is not how that works.
Anime taught me you just gotta believe and be the main character.
Unfortunately, none of you are the main character in this story.
Fuck.
I know. So now we wait for Grant.
Sorry, I'm back.
It is all right. Unfortunately, Kleiker had to vacate in an emergency, so we are sock puppeting him. He's filling up a thing with water. It is your turn. This thing is right next to you.
Well, I'm gonna book it back towards where the water is as well then.
That's a good plan. That fire
Unless there's anything we can smother the fire with, like that's reasonably not flammable in the room.
You have nothing in the room. If anything, the only things in the room nearby are very flammable, like coats and things like that.
Should have made everything out of asbestos. What was violent?
I was about to say, yeah, is there nothing asbestos-y around?
Everything.
Not nearby. That's all past the thing, like upstairs.
Bummer.
Does Violet, out of curiosity, have a downstairs toilet or bathroom?
No, it's only upstairs.
What about a fire blanket?
Not
Is there
one.
a fire extinguisher that, like, would there not be reasonably likely to be a fire blanket around as well?
Unfortunately, Violet only has the extinguisher.
Wow, I took him an unsafe.
Very unsafe. But
That'll be
it's a
foam as
sensible
well.
idea to back up away from the thing.
Well, try to grab me, I'm gonna peace out.
As a note, as you do leave, you see that those fires that were behind it are certainly picking up momentum. They are burning faster than a normal fire would.
Did Daniel not have to take a mythos check when he saw it?
He did take a
Did-
mythos check. He couldn't identify what it was.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I think I flubbed it.
You made a sanity check, but not for actually seeing the thing, but more just for the startlement of, ugh, it's a thing.
Nice.
Okay, so
You're backing up.
glass and bullets goes through it, but it seems to follow the corridors.
Maybe it's floating.
You haven't
Maybe.
seen. Well, you haven't moved in such a way that it.
Well, it came down the stairs. It didn't go above us and then just walk through the ceiling down
Indeed.
on top of us.
Indeed, it didn't.
So I guess it can't go through wood? House and
would-
stairs made out of wood, presumably.
I would
It's like
assume
ghosts. Ghosts don't usually phase through walls; they just hang out, you know.
Yeah, I would assume it would. Like, what I'm thinking, out of character, of course, is that there's some sort of thing summoning it upstairs on the bathroom floor because something went through the window and glass goes through it. So if it had come in, it wouldn't have broken the window. So there's likely some sort of effigy keeping it
Oh, no.
bound up there. But yeah, well, none of us rolled that, so
But nor can we go past it unless there's a separate
yeah.
staircase.
No separate staircase, I'm afraid.
Violet really did not expect to get old leaving the toilet upstairs.
I mean,
Or
not many people,
to the fire.
not many people build houses anticipating strange fire creatures descending the stairs.
No, but I mean,
Well, they
having to
should.
go upstairs to get the toilet is ass when you get older.
So what are you going to
Otherwise-
do, Stravinsky?
Well, peace out.
You're going to leave. You're heading into
No,
the main room as well.
Follow Daniel, slam the door behind.
Slam the door behind. Violet. You are in the main room. There is everyone in there right now except for Martin, who has a bowl, a big pot that he's filling up. They've shut the door to the main landing and the stairs. You can hear burning.
I'm assuming the smoke is becoming quite nasty as
There
well.
is certainly smoke developing now. It's not too bad yet. There is smoke. What do you do, Violet?
I'm gonna go straight towards it and kill it
You're going to open
with
the
fire
door.
extinguisher.
You're going to open the
Yeah,
door.
yeah. Because I mean, either I'm gonna run away from it or towards it. Those are the two.
Okay. In which case, you walk up with purpose, you open the door, and you're going to have to make me a sanity check.
32.
32. Right, you stand face to face with this thing.
Face to arms.
You still lose.
Ass to mouth.
You still lose a point
No.
of. You still lose a point of sanity just for seeing this thing because it is made of fire and you are right next to it, and you do not like fire.
Arisen.
As a, I take it
Violet still likes
basically as a reaction, you're going to just fire off the fire extinguisher at this thing.
It's gonna get extinguished, yo.
Roll me a Cthulhu Mythos roll before you do.
This would be a foam extinguisher, wouldn't it?
I don't think it would be at that time.
Ooh, I got 2.
2.
Fuck.
That is good. You know what this is.
Just rattles off the dictionary version of it.
This is a fire vampire.
What?
Yep.
Well,
These
it eats fire.
these things dwell. You know that these things hail from a far distant star, and they are summoned to Earth to burn and kill.
In the eternal words of Paul Atreides, what?
This thing is a entity of chaos and entropy and fire and inferno, and you have just fired a fire extinguisher in its face.
How do you think
But
it feels about that?
Does it suck your blood?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't do that because
Does it
Violet
fire
knows this thing
or-
has no physical form. It is
What
entirely
does it
made.
suck?
It is entirely made of fire.
So what does it vamp?
He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
I mean, she doesn't know.
Yeah, Luke doesn't know, and Violet doesn't know. What Violet does know is that that thing really did not like being smashed in the face with the fire extinguishers extinguishing, and it recoils in a flinching and hisses as
So it really doesn't like water.
it really doesn't like water.
Let's just wing some friggin' buckets at it.
Unfortunately, it's its turn.
No, what a prick. Well, it's time to go. Sorry, 2 seconds. Carry on. Don't mind
No,
me.
no, it's
We're not the puppeting smith first, or did he go?
he did go. He was filling up a pot full of water. This thing is
I see.
very fast, and it attempts to attack in retaliation Violet.
No.
That's
See-
rude.
Yeah,
Well,
that's...
the recoil didn't.
no, it's right next to him. Do you wish to try and dodge, Violet?
I mean, do I have any other options?
You could let it hit you.
Well, I mean, in that case, I'll go for the dodge.
Roll for a dodge, please. You have 22% in dodge.
70.
You unfortunately dodge into its attack rather than away,
Nice. Good
Jesus
coordination.
Christ.
and it makes contact. What happens is you're going to be affected by the first part of this. Your con is 14, not bad, and it's going to roll Ooh. Okay.
I thought I had iframes. It turns out I didn't.
You do not have iframes, but you are quite lucky.
Do I get back within and gain 2 magic points?
Basically, you take the first part of the damage here is effectively heat shock, because this thing is ridiculously hot.
Yeah.
No.
But fortunately for you, it rolled extremely poorly, and you only take 2 points of damage. Unfortunately, this is fire damage, which we're going to determine the other effects of afterwards, because you really hate fire. The second thing is that it is going... As it actually makes contact with you, however briefly, you feel a sort of draining sensation as it tries to draw something from you. And we're going to see what happens here. It draws from you 9 points of magic.
That's extremely rude.
You have now discovered what this thing drains from people. Magic points. The other thing that happens is that you're extremely jittery from this thing. You want to be nowhere near this thing now, because it's just hurt you. Fire has reached out and hurt you. And you are not happy. Initiative
Does she still have eyebrows?
yes, this thing
I
tried
think
to
it has
touch
eyebrows.
the shoulder, like just burned a hole straight through the clothes, and left a
Oh.
burn.
Showing shoulder. Disgusting behaviour.
It is now Martin's turn. Martin rushes in with this pot full of water, splashes it straight on the creature,
Pisser.
and the thing basically disintegrates into steam and nothingness, hissing and wailing.
AFK Cliker saves the day.
KS.
Yeah, seriously. What's
You
he got?
unfortunately have a far more major problem. As the momentary victory washes over, you realise that now a sizable portion of upstairs is on fire.
Is it dealable? Or is it like out of control fire?
This is not dealable. This
Then
is
we need to save what we need to save what we got.
this is going to get out of control.
Is it I?
You are effectively out of initiative at this point. I'm going to ask all of you the one thing that you're doing if you're not immediately going out of the house. The exit is currently not blocked.
I would very much like to check out the window in the most inconspicuous manner possible if there's someone out there that would like to shoot us as we rush out.
You're going to check the closest window to see if there's anybody who's going to shoot you.
The window that people are least likely to shoot in through, possibly turning off a light as I go. Have an oogle and not get shot in the head immediately as I move up to the window.
There's the room opposite the on the landing, but if you want to be really inconspicuous, you'd have to go upstairs, which is through the fire.
That's not gonna happen.
I mean,
So
you can go
landing,
through the
I
fire.
guess. Landing, I guess.
Landing one, okay.
Well,
Daniel, what are you going to do?
we need to rescue our valuables as well on the way out.
What valuables are you grabbing?
What's currently in our possession that is within arm's reach?
The main thing that you're going to be able to get, you can grab your medical supply, your doctor's bag. There are a few other guns that you have, and there's all of the mythos tomes.
Yeah,
There's
take all
also
those.
things like valuables in sort of money that's not in your wallet and things like that. Those are also
those are replaceable. More or
those are
less.
replaceable.
Basically, I'll shove as many of the mythos tomes and things and whatnot into my doctor's bag as I can fit.
Okay.
Put the guns on my back.
You can only get either the tomes or the guns. Somebody else will have to either get the rest of the tomes or the guns.
Is Violet able to get any of the tomes then?
Violet could grab the rest of the tomes if she wanted to.
So I can get the guns and she can get the tomes.
You won't be able
books.
to
I'm
save.
gonna go books.
You won't be able
swords,
to save
and
all
that.
of the tomes if you grab guns.
Then we'll get the tomes. Guns are replaceable.
You'll get the tomes, right? Violet, presented with the potential loss of knowledge, a la the Library of Alexandria, what are you going to do?
Books, man, motherfucking books.
Rescuing the books. Schmidt is just. Schmidt, is he going to think about that? Yes, Schmidt will think about that. Schmidt will grab some guns.
Would he not also be making a listen check? Because he does normally do that.
He does normally do that, yes.
I think he spots hidden. I'm the listener.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, in that case, spot's hidden.
He
'Cause I
spots
know
hid-
that's something he normally does.
He basically takes a quick glance out of a window as he's grabbing the guns, and he just shouts, "Coast looks clear, let's book it."
Sweet.
Did I not see anything?
You're now rolling a, you don't spot anything either. You don't hear anything out there either. You're anything you could hear is sort of being overpowered by the increasingly loud amount of fire, and the smoke is making it a bit difficult to see.
Ah,
So, you're going to book it out?
yeah, I guess.
I guess the term is we out.
You do indeed out. As you get out of the place, clutching the tomes and guns, you can see the extent of the fire. This fire is it's spread a lot faster than it would normally have done so if it was a conventional fire.
So how did it get in?
You'll have to look around to see, but you have to go around the back potentially because there's nothing that shows that you can see how it got in through the front. But then again,
Since now we're out safely, I want to do that. I'm gonna get my gun out and run around the back. I want to have a
Still
look.
don't know if there's dudes out here.
Is
This a
anybody-
perfect flushing maneuver.
is anybody going to try and alert anyone that there's a fire?
What are the options at this day and age?
Try and find a phone.
I'm assuming that the neighbors would.
Yeah,
have
we're
noticed
not completely by ourselves, and
That
they
is
would
true.
have
That
they
is.
should have called a fire anyway. Because
Call
fires
the
were such a
golem
major.
to Fire Brigade.
I'm rolling
Fires
luck.
were a major thing back then as well.
I'm rolling
They-
luck rolls to see if people are in next door.
Well, I mean, they would have heard the shots. As
The
well,
people
they
to
don't
the
want
left, there's no lights at all anywhere in the house to the left of yours, but the house to the right, you can see as you're out now that there is somebody that has poked their head out. There's panic noises in there. There's people rummaging around. There's obviously somebody phoning the fire brigade in there. Somebody is contacting, and there's someone run out with their possessions that they desperately want to save. There's someone shouting, "But the cat! We can't leave the cat!"
So, I mean, that's true. We can't leave the cat.
So,
do I have to go in for the cat? I will do this.
are you going to go in for? Well, they're not current. Their house currently isn't on fire.
Oh,
They're precautionarily getting stuff out and panicking. You can go round to the back and see how this thing came in.
Well, I
Well-
want to do that for sure.
Okay.
I should probably go ahead of him since I'm armed. He's not.
He
If
is
you're
armed.
wounded, I'm not.
Yeah, that's true.
Doctor's orders. Don't get shot again.
You're sort of recovering a little bit from the encounter with the fiery thing, Violet, but there's also the fact that your house is burning down, which I don't know how that sits with you.
Well, the book's out.
The books are out.
It's just a rental.
Okay. It's just a rental. Nah, it's fine.
You know, look, property in Boston at this period, I could afford like an entire row of houses and be a slumlord.
I like that.
So you go around to the back. There appears to be nobody there apart from people that are, as you say, realizing there's a fire. There's a commotion that's developing. You look to the back windows, and you see that the bathroom window, it may have been shattered, but any evidence of it potentially being shattered has been ruined by the fact that the window isn't there anymore, and there is a massive scorch mark around the brick.
Any indication of anything from the opposite house having come out and gone in there?
No. Best guess you can determine that this thing came in through that window.
What a dumbass.
Perhaps something smashed a hole and then it went through after. Or, who knows, but unfortunately you don't have the thing there to confirm. But there is a massive scorch
Can
mark.
I do like spot hidden check the? Is this grass around the back or is this concrete or?
There is grass.
Can I check around the grass if it's obvious anyone's been standing around?
Certainly, make me a spot hidden roll.
28.
Yes.
How
So-
many?
1.
Can we see? Is there any traction where he went? Is it wet, damp grass? Can we see where if he went somewhere?
What happens is you see the footprints on the grass, like go to a certain point, and they leave, but there are no footprints whatsoever once he leaves the grass. It's as if the person was never there.
What became the thing?
Well, there are footprints going to a spot, and then there are footprints heading back from the spot, back to the away from the grass, and then there's no mud on the non-grassy area, on the pavement or the road. There's no mud at all. It's like the person just disappeared. You've seen evidence of people disappearing before. Or it could be somebody that really heavily cleaned their shoes, but you sort of doubt that.
Is there nothing? No other clues? No drop? No anything of clothing? No
Just the footprints.
Can we
Somebody
discern anything from those footprints? How big are the feet?
about a size 10.
So not abnormally large or anything.
No, not abnormally large.
What about the type of track? Anything in particular?
Smart shoes, possibly. You think they're smart shoes?
Okay. Well, you said there was people calling the police. They're calling the fire brigade, right?
There are, yes. There are people now doing it.
I want to knock on a door and see if anyone saw anything before
Alright.
the fire.
You're going to do that? You knock on a door close by. A very groggy-looking man answers it. This man was not woken up by the sounds of commotion.
Well, okay. Was anyone else? What about the people who were actually, actively with the lights on calling the fire brigade?
You're going to do a general rally round.
Yeah, I want to ask some people. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to roll for that. You're going to use, let's see, I think the best roll to use here would be a Reddit rating roll at this point. It's the closest thing you've got. Yep. You while the commotion is there and eventually the fire brigade does arrive, you ask around because of course you were there and you want to know if anybody saw anything. Nobody saw. There was not many people were actually looking out. Most people were in their houses. Curtains were drawn. Those people that didn't have their curtains drawn weren't in the right area, and the houses that were near this don't have any information for you. They didn't see anyone.
Yeah, they probably didn't notice until the shot was fired, and at that point, dude was already gone.
Yeah, they only noticed when the sound of gunfire happened.
Yeah, it was worth a go.
It was worth a go. It was a valiant attempt, and you do get a check on credit rating for that. It's not a skill you roll very often. The fire brigade do arrive. The police aren't far behind either, because fire, this is kind of important. The fire brigade are trying to get the fire under control. The police, are you going to present yourselves as the people who live there, or are you going to let the police take witnesses from others?
Up to Violet. Insurance time now.
Violet?
If we didn't have all our books in our clutches right now and the potential to get them confiscated, I would say yes. But
I mean, if they know if it's my credit rating.
Are you going to roll on credit rating with them?
I mean, I have to pay them, right?
Well, you have to pay them.
Actually, I mean, has everything that's worth been removed? I mean, if the books are out and the guns are out.
Yeah, there's nothing really else in there that was too valuable for you, apart from keepsakes, sentimentals, things that aren't books.
Yeah, I mean, who cares?
Are you going to give information? Are you going to say what happened? Or are you... Well, I imagine you're not going to tell them that a fire vampire attacked.
No, we'll just say that a fire started, we don't know how.
Okay.
some ammunition caught fire. Went off on its own.
I'm not sure that'll work.
They ask if you have any reason to suspect that this may have been a deliberate act by others.
I mean, there's just no reason to get anyone... There's no reason to get the police involved at all.
So you're just going to brush them off, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean,
accidents
it's like,
happen.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, at this point, the house is a goner. We need to move anyway because people know where we are.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, bad people know where we are.
And
Yeah, I mean, ideally, we're going to get somewhere else, probably a more fortified location.
accidents happen. Okay, it doesn't take much persuasion in that. They're all too happy to be told that it was an accident. It was something that's just happened, accidental. No one really at fault, like maliciously. The fire is going to take a bit to be under control. The fire brigade, the fire service are quite surprised at how ferocious it is, which leaves you currently homeless, although not for very long, I imagine.
Well, we could go and stay at Daniel's.
You can go and stay at Daniel's, so not homeless anymore. You immediately found a new place,
Let's solve that problem.
and
And
Until
then-
that burns down.
realizing
I'm
that
gonna buy a fire extinguisher or two on the way home.
can I have a fire extinguisher, please? How many? How many have you
10.
got? We
Just like I sleep with a fire extinguisher under my pillow.
One in each room.
one in each hand, dual wielding fire extinguishers. And you head to Daniel's, hail a cab, after sorting out the few minor things you have to, realizing that perhaps the reach of these people is a lot further and a lot stronger than you first realized. And knowing now that they have a very sinister plan involving raising a sunken island in the Pacific, where lives an entity known as Cthulhu. Are you going to be able to stop that? Who knows? But what we do know is that you're going to get some sanity rewards,
Yeah.
because you've gone through the second part of this. And
Sanity
nobody died! You get...
Did it!
I know. You get the following sanity rewards that I will add to your thing.
Five 'em.
For disrupting the Look to the Future meetings and inevitably bringing them to an end, you all gain 6 sanity points, the maximum that you can gain. So Violet goes up to 46, Daniel goes up to 52.
What, max sanity?
No, current sanity.
Oh, 52, sorry.
Your current sanity is 62.
53 here.
Yep, 53. And Schmidt goes up to 39. You, however, lose 1 point of sanity.
Well,
Okay.
everybody.
Yep, because you know somewhere out there, Carl Stamford got away.
The
I hope
bastard.
he loses points to sanity, because I'm going to find him and shoot him in the testicles.
Unfortunately, most people who are so
of
deeply
them.
involved in the mythos have 0 sanity, and so it doesn't matter.
Well, I'm going to give him some sanity so he can fucking
Yeah.
lose some.
Shoot him with a really wide bullet that'll hit both of them.
I'm going to, like, tell him how, like, good life is, and he's going, oh, this is actually alright, this whole mythos thing's pretty bad, and get some, like, 10-point sanity, then I'm going to punch the sanity out of him.
Good news is, for dealing with the fire vampire, you gain
I still don't get how it's a vampire.
you
But
gain
it sucks people off.
you gain 2 points of sanity for dealing with the fire vampire.
No, sweet.
So you've gained sanity. But that wasn't too bad. We are now going to roll on your respective skill increases, because some people may have gained some skills.
Sweet, can my medicine go up any higher?
You didn't gain a check on your medicine, I'm afraid.
Bogus.
Besides, you can't go too much higher. It's very unlikely your medicine will go up substantially.
I want to be 100%.
No skill can get to 100%. Not even the old ones have 100% in skill. Only one character has 100% in skills.
I bet I got
Yes.
better medicine roll than Cthulhu.
I don't know. You'll have to when you encounter him at some point. If you do,
I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna get a stethoscope and shove it up his ass.
Okay, let's see what happens. Unfortunately, Violet, you do not get a increase in, but a gain in credit rating. You do, however, gain some points in listen. Your listen has now gone up to 38%. Let us check your rifle skill, because you have a point in rifle, and you have increased your rifle skill. That is now 41%. And I am going to say that you will also get a roll on Ancient Greek, because you're starting to do the Necronomicon stuff, and you have gained an increase in Ancient Greek. 2%. 42. Those are all the skills that you gained. We shall now go to Daniel, who has quite a few skills that we're going to have him roll on. First, credit rating. You have gained a little bit of credit rating. You have gained 2 points. You now have 52% credit rating.
No, that's nice.
Slightly better. Let us check your listen, because you have some listen. You have gained some listen skill.
I was at 36. What am I now?
You're now at 37. I'm sorry. You gained a little bit. He's like, I have been ripped off.
This is a Fire Emblem level up if I've ever seen one.
It's like, you gained 1 point. You get to roll on spot, which is also going up. That's not bad. Not by 1, by 4.
Oh,
So
nice.
It's gone up to 39%, and I believe that is all you gained. You have here ticked. Except, one skill that I think you do deserve a potential increase on, but you didn't roll on, sadly, is dodge. You could have increased your dodge.
What about track? That's technically what he did out
He
track.
did technically track, but he didn't gain an increase in that, sadly. Stravinsky. There's a few things for you to roll on here, like conceal.
Yay!
You gain some conceal.
Yay!
A whole 6%.
Damn.
59. Yeah, not bad. Mechanical repair.
From what?
I think you.
Oh, this is the entire thing, isn't it? Yeah.
No, you gain no increase in mechanical repair.
Oh.
Electrical repair, on the other hand, you do. You gain
Render it onto me.
You gain 2 points, so you're now at 7% electrical repair. And lastly, we have some for Schmidt, who is currently not here.
Before we go on, I have a blip on psychology on my sheet. I don't know why it's there or if we've done it. Could you?
Was that in
you
was that in
do.
talking in the,
You do have a blip on psychology. Well noted. I almost forgot that.
I thought it was a remnant from Calcifer.
No. This is not. You actually rolled on that. You now have 9% psychology.
Oh yeah.
Finally, Schmidt. Schmidt has a few skills to roll on here. Unfortunately, his spot hidden did not go up. Was close, but he didn't roll above 89, and he also got a listen 1. Listen actually goes up for him. I will make a note of how much it goes up by if he's keeping track of it. Goes up by 4%, so I shall put 76 and brackets plus 4. I take it that you all getting settling into a newish accommodation is something that you can easily sort out.
I mean, we've said that before, haven't we? So.
You are going to have 6 weeks of downtime.
I mean, are we going to stay at Daniel's? Would it not be smarter to get like a
You either stay at Daniel's or you find somewhere else. Either way, you are going to have 6 weeks of downtime. Unless anyone has any special ideas, does anyone want to do anything in particular? I wonder if Vars is just going to start reading the Necronomicon, or maybe Violet might start reading something else.
We need to make a determination about where we're going to have a new base that's less flammable.
Yeah, less flammable is a good idea. Everything made of stone. Beds made of stone. Chairs made of stone.
Everything.
Underground, baby.
You could find somewhere underground. Would suck if something got in through the only entrance and then you were trapped.
Oh, slightly. Long shot. Anything in the newspapers about a comet sighted the day after this?
A comet? Why a comet? Out of curiosity.
Because that's what that thing would have looked like if it had flown from somewhere else to here.
That is a good point. Wouldn't you know it? There is something about that.
Did I do my luck roll?
No, you just check the papers.
Oh.
I presume you just buy every paper that you can.
I thought I heard you roll.
I was rolling.
Oh, good man.
I was rolling to see if people noticed it. There is a small, very small article in one of the Boston papers, hidden away far into the back of the paper about a unusually bright comet that appeared, a shooting star. They presume it must have burned up in the atmosphere, but it was exceptionally bright. It flew very close to the Boston area. Those who happened to be outside at night and looking up at a particular angle would have got a great view of it.
Any mention of which direction it came from?
No. It was rather unexpected. The article briefly mentions there was a. We asked people for interview, but unfortunately we basically don't have any space to cover it. But they said it was very unusual.
Okay, so it wasn't from the guy out there. Or maybe he threw a thing that attracted it and it came from elsewhere.
Perhaps. But yeah, someone did comment on it. It really wasn't the important news was that one particular place has there is a substantial shortage of cheese.
Oh no.
And this is outrageous, because what will all the partygoers do without their cheese? You get the feeling it was a very slow news day. The fire is mentioned. That there was a fire. That nobody suspect that the afternoon prints rather than the morning prints that talk about the fire. It states that there's no reason to suspect foul play. Looks like it was an accident. No injuries that they know of. Property is a gutted wreck, though.
Nice.
Nothing really salvageable from the wreckage. So that thing did do a number on the house. Does anyone have any special thoughts on where you'd want to move to? Apart from a castle. I'm not letting you buy a castle.
No thoughts as of yet. Although truthfully, kind of tempted to wait till our compadre is back.
Indeed. Does anyone have any special plans then on where they're going to, what they're going to do with 6 weeks of downtime? I will note here that you have 6 weeks of downtime.
Did we have a make rainy spell somewhere available? I think someone had that at some point.
Again, unless it's a huge like pain in the ass for you, I think it'd be cool if we wait until.
No, that's fine. I just thought
back in to decide all this as well.
I just thought if anyone had anything imminently urgent that didn't involve anyone else. But if that's not the case, that is fine.
Yeah, because he might want to do something with us, you see, so it might make sense to wait.
It is a very good point. And so
well,
we should
assume the two of us have to have less time than the rest, so that
perhaps
you guys have some time.
Perhaps a little, but that is something that will be sorted out next time, indeed. It is a good call. And so, we leave the investigators having a very close encounter of the heated kind. And we must ask, are things going to get worse before they get better? Yes, the answer is they're likely going to get worse before they get better. But how much worse? That remains to be seen.
Very.
Probably, you're quite right. Probably very, very much worse. And so, we shall catch you all next time, when there will be more investigating, more things to do, and perhaps even actual horribleness.
Like,
oh no.
I mean, you did meet something that was on fire. That was kind of horrible. But what if there was something worse?
What about a creature that's on fire? On fire?
What about Clyker on fire?
What about all of us on fire with a creature that's on fire?
That
It
would
could
be
arranged.
What about the current British Conservative government on fire? Oh, no, wait, that's an improvement if they're on fire.
And so,
No, the horror there would be if they weren't on fire.
I'll catch you guys next time. Later.
Fire.
Goodbye, friends.